All right. Good evening, everyone. Aliii here, November 24, 2025. Here is daily analysis as we expected. S&P 500 bounced back up nicely today on Monday. And if I'm not mistaken, today was the third biggest gain in the history on a daily close for S&P 500. So we had a pretty nice bounce. 6,700 just touched today, and the market after hours just hiccup a bit. But I would say 67.53 is above us. So we should just pay attention on this. This is very, very important level. So everyone needs to be careful about this because remember, we were talking about this daily dual back reversal to the upside. And on a Friday, we got a pretty nice high volume reversal. And on Thursday, we got a pretty a brutal sell-off as well. So these 2 days, over 300 million SPY traded, and today bounce was just 50 million. So just be careful of that one, just because there are lots of transaction happens on those days last week, and we still believe that I still believe that market is a correction is not over, and we can see potential in the lower low, but we need to see. We are not forecasting. Basically, we are just seeing how market is going to react to this level, which is going to be 67.53. If we get daily close above 67.53, it's going to be potentially a pretty nice signal for the market that correction is over. I would say potentially we're going to see some kind of like a bounce to this area and market just getting back to the downside and potentially lower low to finalize the weekly low or weekly bottom here somewhere around here. So 63.37, that's going to be the important level that I'm just looking for, lower low. But right now we are in a bounce. Thanksgiving is ahead, so market is in a bullish momentum. We got nice gap and a nice shoot to the sky. So we will see how market is going to react to this level again. So keep an eye on 67.53. Nasdaq is the same scenario here. We got pretty nice scenario that a bullish case could happen, just a bounce, and we got above this at 24,800. And let's see if 24,900 can trigger to the upside. If Nasdaq gets a daily close above at 25,200, that's very important. 25,200, which is going to be above this swing high, then we can see Nasdaq correction is over, and we should see potentially new all-time high down the road. The same scenario for Dow. Dow just nicely reacting to this demand area institutional level, getting back to the upside. We should see Dow is getting close above this 47,000 area. So 47,100, 47,200. That's going to be the area that I'm looking at for the end of the correction. Otherwise, we're going to see this is a bounce, as Dow candle today was not that strong. We just gap up, but here's the dragonfly doji, and this is very, very important just because Nasdaq was the leader, semiconductor was the leader, and Dow Jones didn't participate this rally at all. So still, we should just be careful on that one. Gold, at the same time, getting back to the upside today. Let me go to daily chart. Gold, nicely getting back to the upside. Here's the trend line. We should just be careful of this, just because in case of the breaking through to the downside, I would say below 4,000 area, gold can accelerate all the way down or elevator down all the way to 37, 36. The level that I'm looking at is 3,500 to 3,600. So we will see how it goes with gold. I would say still there are lots of bounces around, but that would be just a corrective rally until the next final low is coming down the road. Moving on to silver is the same. Silver, we got pretty nice bounce today. Here's forming a pretty nice scenario for bull flag. I would say we may see some kind of like a chop around here. So keep an eye on Friday low, because if Friday low breaking through to the downside, which is going to be $48 per ounce, if it goes below that one, then we should see silver is going to accelerating all the way down to 40 to 44 level, which is going to be my buying zone. So that's going to be sweet spot for me to get back on silver. Moving on to crude. Crude is just bounced back up today as kind of like a peace negotiation for Ukraine. Russia is in the air right now. I know a lot of news came up to the market, and President Trump wants to finish this potentially by end of this week. But there are lots of narratives behind that, and we should just be careful about the narratives. So crude just to bounce back up, and I do care about the chart because if crude gets back above this $62, that means potentially even if there is a ceasefire or peace agreement happened, potentially Russia or Russian tariffs or Russian sanctions against the Russian crude is gonna stay away. So it's gonna stay there, and it's not gonna stay. It's gonna stay there, and we should just see steel tariffs and sanctions are gonna be in place for crude, and that's gonna just increase the price of the crude, which is totally against the President Trump policy. But I don't know what's gonna happen. Right now, chart is forming the bottom and just looking for a potential scenario to spike up to the upside. So we'll see how it goes. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.